This is going to be a really weird video to film because I am essentially going to be installing a light here in our bathroom because I didn't want to wait for a handyman or electrician to come by this house. So I'm just doing it myself, but I'm going to try and talk on this microphone right here and explain why you have to do some things yourself and why speed matters, especially in the early stages of your life. If you're in like your second, third, fourth, or fifth stage of your investing career or work life, you're probably going to be okay without having to do this or relying on speed. But one thing that my parents taught me, them being very professional real estate investors for like 30 years now, is that speed matters a lot, especially when you're younger, because it's basically going to decide whether you're successful or not. Because every single month that you're not up and running as a rental is not just a lost mortgage payment, but it's also lost rents, and lost rents are absolutely huge. Like imagine this rental here that I'm in is in San Diego, and it hasn't been rented a whole year because I've been slacking and I've been using it as storage. But essentially I pretty much advertised it for rent, and now I have someone pretty much instantaneously saying, yes, we will rent this for $3,000 a month, no problem. And they've been past tenants of mine, so I know they're really good renters. And all I really had to do was get this ready, get this place cleaned out. And because I was so slow, I essentially lost on $36,000. And my theory was like, I was going to hire everyone out to do like all this work. So I was going to like hire someone to install this light in here. But I was like, man, I can get this done probably in like 2 days. Like I just need to reseal the bathrooms a little bit to make sure it's waterproof. Install this light, take my stuff and put it in the other unit, and then fix some outlets, and then this place is ready to go and they're ready to move in and ready to pay. So there's really no reason for me to slack on this, because if you think about it, we work so hard in general. We work so hard in general at our W-2 jobs for other people. And if I were to work 2 days for someone as a pharmacist, a doctor of pharmacy that I used to work full time as, they would have paid me $1,600 for 16 hours of my time. Here's how I'm gonna make all that money from just this project itself, and obviously getting it rented. So if I were to hire someone out, I could probably get this done within like a week or two, depending on someone's availability. If I do this now, it's going to cost me a lot of time because I am actually relatively skilled and I can actually find really good real estate deals. So I do lose money that way because I am not in the first phase of real estate investing. But for others who are starting off, who I'm making this video for, like my audience generally are newer investors. They are people who have maybe like $50,000 saved, $100,000 saved. They have a lot of money in their home and they want to use like a home equity line of credit to build their first Airbnb and become a successful landlord. They just want to see some cash flow. Like I'm already making 5 figures in cash flow every month from my rentals. But I make this content because it's quite fun. I love teaching and I want to see other people make a lot of money in cash flow. Plus I have a coaching business. So it's literally my job to make sure that you are successful in real estate. So I do this so I can teach people exactly how to do it and how they can become successful in real estate. So again, if you think about it, it would take most people, if they didn't already have a rental business like mine, where I do make money where I sleep, and if they work like as if I were a doctor of pharmacy, I would have made $1,600 in those 2 days. If I spent maybe like 10 hours, 20 hours fixing up this house, I will essentially get $3,000 that month, and it'll pay me every single month. And I no longer really have to keep on paying attention to it, to be honest. Like, as long-term rentals, you basically put someone in here and they move and take care of things themselves. They take care of the house. They live here. They usually want it clean. There's going to be issues. So if anyone ever tells you that real estate is super passive and it's going to be like no headache at all, then they're probably lying to you, because look, here I am. This is what I did. Like my first 10, 15 deals, 20 deals. I don't know what it is now. But even like doing this for myself and then for my clients, it's not passive. It's just fun. But you make way more money than doing almost anything else, because if I were to hire someone to do this, just to like buy it and then set it up, sometimes the labor is like almost 5 times the actual cost of the materials. So this was like $40, $50. It could have easily cost like $250 for someone to come and install this light. And it's not their fault. It's because like they have to literally drive here. They need to make a living, and this is their job. And I understand it. For medicine, I didn't work for free as a pharmacist. I charged people gobs of money for their medicine. I just didn't keep the money because the company kept the money, because I was not an owner. So when you switch to like a business owner, or like someone who's in real estate, which is essentially a business, you will have the opportunity to keep most of the money that you make for yourself, because you take on the risk. Versus like me as a doctor, if like I do a bad job and I spoil some medicine and I was a W-2 employee, I just lost them money, not myself money. But as long as I'm still positive overall and I make the company money, they're not going to fire me. And that's like why business is kind of so hard sometimes. Because you have to take ownership. But because you have the risk of the downside, you get the huge risk of the upside if you're a good operator. And overall, I feel like people they try to do good in their work. So if you're not like overstretched or overworked, and you have some time to become a good business owner or someone who works for yourself, there's a good chance you'll make way more than you did as a W-2 employee. And just by doing this, which is probably going to take me less than an hour, I've done this hundreds of times. I essentially am making pharmacists pay. I'm essentially making $200 per hour. Plus, I also get the upside of the rents when it's done, because I own this building. So when you own the building, you do the work for yourself. It ends up compounding. Again, like this is going to be an extra $3,000 per month, which is another $36,000 I no longer have to work for every single year. And that's like, it's not like huge. It can be life changing for some people, because technically that's like working a minimum wage job. So that's one building itself is going to generate a minimum wage job, essentially $36,000. And this building is luckily a 5-unit, so it's going to do that multiple times over. And it was expensive. It's a lot of work, but again, the work is more satisfying. I'm going to see if this is live real fast. I'm going to turn the switch on. Okay. Okay. So this is live. This is an electrical tester, by the way, so it checks to see if there's energy coming into a wire. So when it beeps like that and it turns red, there's power coming into here, and this is the negative. And you just hook it up to the back here using the bracket that comes with the light. And you guys will see in a little bit, but I'm gonna turn it off again so I don't get shocked. 1 second. Okay. All right, anyways. So this is live. That's what we've decided. We're gonna take this off. There's already a bracket there, so I'm gonna take this out of its bag and attach it. So try and become a business owner is what I'm trying to get at for most people, especially if you're like a Gen Z or a millennial, and you're like, I don't know, 25 to 45, and you're in your stages of life where you want to like build something significant for your family, or you want to have more time, more flexibility with work. You want to get paid more. You want to get rewarded more. You want to focus on your health, and your job is the reason why you keep on going to work every single day and stressing out and not taking care of those things that need to be taken care of, you need to figure out a way to make more money, honestly, if the reason why you're not making money is because of work. Or the reason why you don't have free time is because of work. Sorry, again, this is me trying to balance a little bit of both. So yeah, you have to find a way to make more money. And then once you stop finally working just for money, you can essentially take care of your health, your kids, your wife, your hobbies, all the dreams you might have like put behind you temporarily so you can make sure that your family's fed. There's nothing wrong with like working for someone else if you're in a really good position and you're able to take care of all those things I mentioned, like your health, wealth, relationships, leisure and relaxed time, vacation. So if you're like a CEO of a company and you're doing great, why change anything, you know? Things are great. So excuse me. So yeah, that's kind of what I want to get at is real estate's a really great way to do that. I'm not going to talk about how to actually do it here. I'm just talking about like my rationale of like why even fix these homes and like why make content and like things about life that are important to me. I'm going to have to take this out. So normally I would have like a screw, but I didn't bring it with me in here, so I'm doing this by hand because I have this chat anyway with you guys. Well, I get to chat with you guys, so thank you for listening. I don't need that. Okay. And if you could take care of those things, your life will be much better overall. And if you're like a Gen Z or a millennial who's like worried about like buying homes in really expensive places and can't make it work out, you can make it work out still by buying real estate in places out of state. So if you're in like California, like I am, where homes are super expensive, this is not honestly a place where I think people should train and get into rental real estate. I think it's great for like flipping homes. Even for some people who want to like sell homes, that's a really great economy because homes are really expensive here. So when you have a sale, the purchase looks huge, which is really good. So like instead of you getting like 6% commission as a real estate agent on a $200,000 home, which are the homes I like to buy in West Virginia, which it still works. If you do it in bulk and you do enough business and you treat people right, you're going to get business and you're likely going to be rented out, no problem. Man, how am I going to do this? But it's just going to take a lot of time. When you're selling a home for like $1 million and then you get a 6% commission on that, which is not 6% anymore. They've had this huge conversation about like price fixing, how it's not allowed in California anymore. Okay, I'm going to do this actually. I have an idea. But when you have like a 2%, 6% sale, whatever, on $1 million property, just way more than $200,000. That's why it makes a lot of sense for people to become real estate agents in California. And honestly, California does make a lot of people really wealthy in the equity side. But it's just hard for a lot of millennials and Gen Z to get there because what you don't realize, again, there's like 5 different phases of life, and like especially on like your wealth side. If you don't have $100,000 yet, you're on a different playing field than someone like me or like my friends who have like millions in net worth who can like take loans against their assets and buy other things. So what you're gonna have to do is first make a lot of money, and you can do so with selling real estate fast, like on high equity deals, or you can increase your wealth by, I don't know, short these rural Airbnbs that can make you like $20,000-$30,000 per month, well, $20,000-$30,000 per year, and it only costs $200,000. So what you're essentially trying to do in your first phase of life is increase your cash flow and increase your wealth. And once you have a large wealth like nest egg, and you reach like maybe like $3 to $5 million, you can put it all into index funds if you wanted to make 12% on that and just ride out the stock market, because I'm fairly confident it's not going to go down significantly anytime. I mean, worst case scenario, you hold your value and it goes back up, or it goes down a little bit and you still have some money, like, and you save $3 to $5 million. It's fine. But what I prefer to do is find these really high cash flow deals, like these real estate, these rural rental deals, and these rural rental deals, and how's this gonna work? It needs to go like that. Rural rental deals, and then use them for cash flow, because from what I'm telling you, most of our homes will make like $70,000 a year gross if it was conservative, and on the high end it can make like $120,000. And again, if what I'm telling you, these homes are $200,000, the average Gen Z can actually afford that, surprisingly. I mean, if you didn't know that. I guess I do need that screw. Let me go look for it 1 second. Okay. Okay, where's that screw? Found it. So yeah, the average Gen Z is usually pre-qualified for around $200,000. So if you know that you're pre-qualified for $200,000, you can go buy this home in West Virginia and use it as a bargaining chip for your future deals. And what I mean by that is, I need a screwdriver. Alright. I'm going to finish off this video, but I figured out the plan. I'm going to hook this up like this. This is going to connect to the hot one. This connect to the cold one. And it's going to turn on and be beautiful. So sorry you didn't get to see the finished product, but it'll look something like that, essentially. But yeah, if you're a millennial or Gen Z and you have $200,000, like a loan approved for a home, you can buy one like West Virginia, 10% down, which is $20,000. And then hopefully you can figure out how to get $20,000. And there's a lot of ways to actually get $20,000 without having it. So you can do private money loans. You can do a credit card, like get lines of credits and use something called Plastic, which is like this software online that actually lets you convert your credit cards to payments for other things that require cash. You do have to check with their lender that's possible, because a lot of lenders don't let you do it. So it's going to take a little bit of shopping around. And that's the type of work you have to do as a real estate investor. You have to shop around and make calls and texts and put the puzzle together. So if it's not that, again, you can borrow money from friends or family. You can take a 401k loan if you have a 401k. I did that multiple times. And you could ask for more seller credits to reduce the amount of money you actually have to put down for closing costs. You could do seller financing if you don't have the full amount for the down payment. If you get creative, be like the owner owns most of the home and they're like, hey, yeah, we'll seller finance this home if you get a bank loan and buy it, and we'll fund the down payment for you. So that's technically an option too, depending on what your bank's rules are. And you buy that home for $200,000. You rent it out on Airbnb, make $70,000 to $120,000. I show it on my Instagram if you want to see, at Jeff Choi. We'll buy these homes, get them on Airbnb, and then after it's gone up in value, which I expect it to do so because it's near national parks. 2 million visitors per year, like 600 rentals in the area. If you do 600 Airbnbs times 365, we're way under like the amount of rentals to satisfy the demand for rentals in the area. And when the prices, when people start to catch on, they're going to start buying these homes. And when people buy these homes, the home prices generally go up. And now you again, like say the homes are no longer $200,000 in 3 to 5 years. You have a bargaining chip you can sell and buy in whatever dream market you like, or you can cash out and buy a bunch of stocks, or you can buy your primary home. And that's the overall strategy. And that's how you take care of your a plan to like retire in 2 to 5 years, so you can live your dream life and focus on things like your relationship, your leisure, your family, building wealth, like actual real wealth, and having the flexibility to do things that you want in life, so you're not just stuck on this crazy rat race and like W2 matrix or whatever. But hope that helps, and see you in the next one.